Hello again, Sega Saturn fans, it's James the SEGAHolic here of the Sega Guys, and as 2024 draws to a close, TPUnix has dropped version 0.7 of the Saroo firmware, adding compatibility fixes and several new features. First off, thanks to everyone who's watched our previous video showing how to set up the Saroo SD card. It's been great to see that it helped so many people. In terms of updating your firmware, it's really simple. You just head to TPUnix's GitHub page, download the zip file for 0.7, extract the files and drag and drop them into the root of the Saroo folder on your SD card. You'll be asked to replace the following three files: mcuapp.bin, sarooconfig.txt and ssfirm.bin. However, there's a fourth file in the 0.7 update called cover.bin. And what this does is add cover art for many games. However, not all games are included, and we'll get to that in a second. As this is a new sarooconfig.txt file, you'll need to once again enter the text editor or notepad apps and amend a couple of lines, changing the 0 to 1 for English on the line lang_id equals 0, and beneath that, adding sort_mode equals 1 to have your games listed from A to Z. Save the config file and we're good to go. On to the new features then. So the first thing you'll notice when you boot up your Saturn is that the Sega logo on the licensed by Sega screen morphs into a rather cool Saroo logo using the Sega font. Not a feature per se, but a nice addition to the overall presentation. Another visual feature relates to the cover.bin file that I mentioned a moment ago, because yes, we now have cover art on the games list, but the implementation looks a little janky at first. You see, the artwork itself looks decent, it's a higher resolution than it is on Fenrir's menu, but it overlays the text for the game titles and feels like the covers have just been dropped on top. Thankfully though, if you press left on the D-pad, you can move the layer that the cover art is displayed on, moving it behind the text. Why that's not the default setting, I don't know, but hey, options are good. Some folk might prefer it on top of the text and not faded behind it. There's also no way to amend or add covers in the bin file, but TPUnix has already stated that a future update will allow users to amend and add their own artwork. Hopefully the layout gets tweaked a little bit too, but it's a welcome addition nonetheless. The main feature though is the addition of something that Saroo owners have been screaming for months, and that's better save file management. Yes, when you go to the Saturn's memory manager, you now see the system memory and the Saroo's cart memory, what's on each of them, and you can copy files between both with ease. Other features include the addition of more languages, namely Greek, Polish and Swedish, and the release notes also state that increased BIOS compatibility is in there and the ability to start a burnt disk. All in all, a very worthwhile update for your Saroo, if anything just for that save file management. I hope you find this video as useful as the previous setup guide. Don't forget that if you've got any questions at all, leave them in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the Sega side.